African embassies and high commissions in London came together yesterday to celebrate Africa Day. May 25th marks the official formation of the African Union in 1963 and is even a public holiday in some African countries. This year's festivities aimed to highlight African unity and culture.
Today we are celebrating the creation of the Organization of African Unity, OAU, that was changed, as you know, in Durban 2002 into the African Union. So it's not a tradition, it's just us every year. We come together to celebrate our heads of state back in those years, coming together and deciding about our future and upon our destinies. The theme of this year was human rights of all men and women, with special focus on women's rights. So we just wanted to take that last part of the whole theme from the African Union and just celebrate around it and have a discussion that is frank about women's situation in Africa and around the world.
You are a woman and the ambassador of Guinea Equatorial. What's the position of women in your country today?
Well, if you have to make a comparison, we have gone a long way. I remember when I was given the post as ambassador, my country had 5 female ambassadors in the 5 most important capitals in the world: Spain, Italy, the US, France, and the UK. So us 5 women, we were leading in terms of foreign policy. So yes, we've come a long way, but we also try to enlighten and to clear the path for younger women that are coming behind us, because we should never give up. We're not going to give up. We're going to try to have us emulate some of the good things that we do and try to keep them away from some of the bad things that we may do. Yes.
As a powerful woman, what's your message today to this young generation, this young woman try to be where you are today?
Yes, you are someone. You are somebody. You count. You are important. Don't let anybody ever put you down. Don't let anybody ever say no to you. The minute they say no to you, you say yes and you move on.
Today particularly, or this year, which is devoted to the rights of women, I think it is a time for us to take stock of the fact that no African nation will develop unless the women are given the opportunity to participate fully in the political, economic and social destinies of our nations. That has started, but I think we need to do more than we are doing now. Independence is what? Independence is taking the responsibility yourself to develop, while of course having international partners. Today we have seen in many countries which are developed, one of the reasons why they are developed is because the women are playing a political role in decision making. You can't ask women only to take small positions in the country. They must be fully integrated, and that is the only way that a country can develop. For us in Cameroon, we have no qualms. There's no issue of saying you are discriminating against women. We are fighting against some of the ills that are in other countries, like the issue of female genital mutilation, where our country is against it. We've signed international conventions for the rights of women, for women empowerment, and I believe that that is what we ought to do, and we are going to do it, and we have been doing it.
At the moment, the UK government has a government to continent commitment of £5.5 billion each year as part of our commitment to spend 0.7% of our income in the developing world. But it's much more than that, because it's business and commercial opportunities that will help raise the tax base and grow Africa out of poverty. So quite often we're pulled to the immediacy of a conflict, an electoral process that's gone wrong, a migration issue. But long term, what will help the relationship and help grow Africa out of poverty, increase the taxation base and help develop nations is business and economic development. So that's something I'm really, really passionate about, and will be focusing on my time as the Minister for Africa in my relationships with all the High Commissioners and Ambassadors I've seen here today.